Hi, good morning. My name is Roy from the Shiny Side Up Motorcycle Training School. Just want to point out straight away, I've got some notes. I'm not Ryan from Fort 9. Not yet anyway. This video is not sponsored. I'm not getting a penny from PandoMoto. I'm doing this because I love the gear and I want to talk about it and I want to help people buy this because it really is safe. So the reason I'm making the video as well to help you understand what is good and what isn't is I run a 30-second email thread that tells people how to be safe on the roads. If I can help you buy gear that keeps you safe after an accident, God forbid, that's why I'm talking to you about it right now. So here's a phrase that should really annoy you. It's a summer motorcycle jacket. Think of it, it's an oxymoron. You're looking for something with the resistance of steel, but the breathability of a string vest. That's almost like asking for a chocolate barbecue fork. So for years, the industry answer was mesh. Punch 1,000 holes in a jacket and call it ventilated. And sure, air gets in, but so does the asphalt, because a lot of athletic mesh has the abrasion resistance of sausage skin. And when you're the sausage, you turn into a road crayon, and that's a really bad day.
'Tis but a scratch. A scratch? Your arm's off. No, it isn't.
So the smarter question would be not which summer jacket to buy, it's do I need a summer jacket at all? What I'm going to show you today from PandoMoto is equipment that's AAA rated, it'll slide at 120 kilometers an hour, and it's totally breathable. This here has the breathability of that mesh shirt, but the strength of an armored clad suit. So riding in Vancouver, this was the Goldilocks of summer gear for me. Credit where credit's due. Icon cracked this whole idea with their field armor compression suit. And if you watch the Fort 9 review, you'll know the appeal. It's basically athletic wear with stretchy mesh. And Icon did something genuinely clever. They backed the D3O pads with Kevlar. So exactly where you're likely to hit the deck, it's least likely to rip. And for about $200, that's a smart piece of kit. But here's the rub, and it's a big one. That Icon shirt can't pass the CE ratings. The D3O is cut into pieces so he can move easily, which feels lovely, but it means that it'll never pass the impact standard. And that mesh will never pass any abrasion standards either. So Icon's lawyers will tell you, actually, it's only meant to be used under a jacket. So what you're doing is you're stuck wearing something that has great airflow and hoping you don't fall over, or you put a jacket on top of it, which defeats the whole object of having airflow in the first place. That's a compromise. I don't think you actually have to deal with that anymore. This is the Pando AAA rated underwear. This is the point of this video. So the Pando is fully certified to CE level AAA. That's the highest abrasion rating a piece of textile gear can earn. In fact, it's the same as racetrack leather. It's not just a patch in one or two places. The entire garment passed the certification. The seams, the stitching, the whole construction. And it's rated to survive slides at 120K. How does it do it? The impact zones are woven from ballistics, a power stretch material made from polyethylene. And by weight, it's said to be about 15 times stronger than steel. So then across the chest and in the arms, the bits catching the wind when you're riding, they've used Cordura mesh for airflow. So it flows like a t-shirt, it's built like body armor. That's not a compromise, that's having both. Pando, they don't cut any corners with protection. You get SASTEC level 2 protection, the highest level you can get. It's on the shoulders and the elbows. It's also figure hugging so that because it's tight next to your skin, it doesn't move if you come into contact with the ground. Absolutely love this stuff. So here's the part that really surprised me, and it's the reason I call this a Goldilocks product for the summer. I've ridden this in 26 degrees around town, worn completely on its own, and I didn't feel hot. And here's how it works, and it's really basic physics. So when you sweat, and that sweat evaporates, it pulls heat off your body. It's called natural cooling. A regular jacket or even a sweatshirt traps that moisture against you and you cook. This thing lets the air move straight through, so the evaporation does its job. It genuinely cools you down rather than just being less hot. Pando even built the fabric to be heat conducting, so it pulls warmth away from your body. Other reviewers riding in far greater temperatures than Vancouver back this up. One article I read, with them wearing it at 38 degrees, they said it was as cool as riding in a t-shirt. Even when they were parked at the traffic lights, air was still flowing through. And for an AA-rated garment, that is truly remarkable. So this is where the summer shirt comes into its own. It's the only piece of clothing you're ever going to need. Because your protection lives in this one certified base layer, everything else is just climate control. Cold morning, throw on a thermal layer over the top and you're warm. The rain comes on, a waterproof shell goes straight over it. The safety never changes. It's always AAA against your skin. You're just adding or removing comfort layers for the weather. So you've got one base layer, 3 seasons. That's a wardrobe that actually makes sense. It works with almost any kit you already own, and it doesn't have to be motorcycle specific. So now let's address the elephant in the room, or rather the man in tights. Because Pando also makes the matching bottom half, the same idea, AAA rated, armor in the hips and knees, worn under your normal trousers. And to be honest, so there's something about a man in tights, sitting on a motorcycle in an alleyway. Feels a little bit like Blackadder, but I get away with it.
Dressmaking, what do you think of Percy's ruff?
I think he looks like a bird who swallowed a plate, my lord.
No, that's what I think.
A quick buying note. Pando do slightly cheaper models. You can get a AA rated as well as the AAA. Why save $100 when it's your skin we're talking about? We're talking about a slide that's 120K as opposed to a slide that's 80K. I know which one I'd be buying. Don't believe me? Watch PandoMoto throw a dummy out the back of a truck at 120K. So here's the bottom line. AAA protection, airflow like nobody's business, protection like an armored shirt. For my money, this is what I'd buy. This is the perfect gear to buy for summer, spring, winter riding. So that's the end of the video. No more product pushing. All I've been showing you today is stuff that I like, stuff that I love, stuff that I wear every single day. Thanks very much for watching.